Like this video, comment down below, join my Discord, and subscribe if you haven't already. Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, the dream is real. They must have watched my YouTube video. The MineHQ devs must have watched the video, boys and girls. UHC has released today. The first game of Ultra UHC testing was played earlier today, and I managed to record the whole thing. Let me know if you guys want way more UHC content in the future. We're bringing back the series, boys. It's all coming home. I recorded the video and it is great. Let's get straight into it. Like if you want more UHC. Welcome to the first MineHQ / Ultra UHC hosted. This was actually hosted on the 7th of July, and I'm very excited that they hosted this game. So, as you might be able to tell, this is like recorded audio over the gameplay, purely because when I was playing the game, I was actually playing on my girlfriend's account, funny enough, because it was so full. They only let in about 200 people, so I didn't make it in on my main account, so I had to play it on Leah's account. So I played it on hers, and I was in a TeamSpeak with a bunch of people, so I just assumed that I would record the audio separately, and I'm going to describe to you the game itself, how I think it's changed, and how this is good, and kind of just talk to you guys, because this is going to be more of a talkative video. Tomorrow there'll be way more edited video, but in this video it is going to be edited, as you can imagine, because the last two videos you guys have absolutely loved the editing. I've had a bunch of comments from people complimenting the editor, who is doing a fantastic job. But anyway, yeah guys, so they randomly announced that they were going to host a game on the 7th, and they put it on Twitter, so they don't have like a calendar or anything like Badline. So if you guys do want to play UHC and you don't know how to, you must follow Ultra's game feed, which will announce the games like an hour before they're hosted, I believe. I personally have them on notifications on right now, just so I know. They've only hosted one game as I'm recording this video. They've only hosted that test game, and they opened it up originally, and apparently like 700 people tried joining and it crashed. So when they reopened it on a different server, they could only allow 200 people to play it. So there wasn't too many people in the game, and I'm sure you guys are probably going to see quite a few videos across YouTube of the highlights of it, because there was a bunch of YouTubers in this. There was Nesta Dawson, all the classics, JD Goder, a lot of big players in this game, and I am honestly excited for things to come. I really do hope Ultra does revive the UHC community a bit. You know, we've been talking a lot about the Minecraft PvP community dying recently, and I really hope this is a good thing, because in general, when I play on MineHQ, I don't see too many people playing on there. Like right now, I was playing earlier today, and there was around 250 people playing. However, when they announced the first UHC, the player count went straight up to 1,100, which I think is what they peaked at, which is insane, and it shows there is a lot of people that want to play UHC. So I hope they keep it pretty similar to how Ultra was, because Ultra was very good. One thing I noticed, which I'm going to be talking about, the changes that they made, or that it appears they made. When the border comes in, it's no longer like a bedrock wall. It's kind of like a transparent wall, which is sometimes what you will see in like 1.8 servers. I don't know if they're going to keep it, although I personally didn't like it. I really like the old school style of like a bedrock wall, like at the border is what I'm talking about, like the borders, as you guys know. And one thing I wanted to mention, right at the end of the game, there was like a 50 by 50 and like shrink, obviously. So it was like 50 by 50 place where people could PvP. That was the border shrink, and it was just too much. Like, I think there shouldn't be anything you know, smaller than a 100 by 100, because there was so many players in this 50 by 50. It made it impossible to have a good fight with someone. It just genuinely wasn't, I don't think, a good idea to include the 50 by 50 or anything beneath that. Although it encourages fighting, it's just not a good space, and it just ends up being pretty messy, honestly. But in general, the game was great. I actually caved pretty well. So as you can see right now, you're probably watching some caving gameplay and whatnot, because I'm recording this audio like after the game. Like, I did pretty well in the game, considering it was like the first game. I was honestly really rusty. Like, I hadn't played in a while. Like, I didn't play any Reddit games. The last time I played UHC, I believe, was when I was going to play Hypixel. And it's interesting because I wasn't sure about Ultra releasing UHC this weekend. I had no idea. So when you're watching this, this might be going up on a Monday. They released it this weekend, so the weekend that just passed. And I was genuinely about to play like a Noobsters UHC because I missed UHC and I wanted to do a UHC video. But Ultra came up, and honestly, I'm very happy that they did. It's going to make for a lot more content on my channel, hopefully. You know, the way I'm going to edit highlights isn't going to be like, you know, syncing up with audio and whatnot. I'm going to try and make them really entertaining for you guys. Well, obviously, I'm going to have someone editing them for me. I've had an editor for quite some time, as a lot of you probably know, and I'll make sure they do a really good job when it comes to UHC highlights, because I don't know whether I'm gonna like make it another series on my channel or just upload them as regular videos, like, you know, not necessarily have the same thumbnail and title like I would for the rest of them, just because I just don't feel like that's the style anymore. You know, it's not as entertaining. You know, it just feels like another UHC episode or another UHC highlights if I just have it, you know, kind of recurring. Honestly, like, I haven't done any series which is like recently that stuck to my channel. Most of the series that I have done in the past, I don't do anymore. Like, I don't think I'm even doing one right now. So, you know, there it kind of shows I've changed my style of how I upload videos and, like, you know, for whatever. But I'll still make a playlist of all my UHC highlights for you guys, so even if I don't have them as a strict series, there will be a playlist series so you guys can just watch them. So if you guys can't recognize it by the title, you'll be able to see in general. But yeah, I'm very happy that they finally got UHC out. I feel like it took a bit longer than expected, and I genuinely hope that they will, you know, start hosting regularly, you know, 3 or 4 games a day, you know, 2 maybe EU and then like 3 NA, because the server is NA, which is something I wanted to talk about. I don't know if they're going to make an EU version of the server. I'm still getting a bunch of comments, like literally you guys are spamming me in the comment section asking if MineHQ is going to be EU, and I genuinely don't know. Like, I cannot tell you that. I'm not really told much when it comes to Ultra. I only found out a few hours before they announced UHC that it was going to be today or the day that UHC released, and I'm very happy that they did. It was a fun game. And as you guys can see, I mined pretty well. I had 3 quarters, which honestly wasn't that bad. Considering I haven't played in a while, it's all pretty much the same as how it used to be, which is pretty nice. You know, it didn't feel too OP in the caves. It took a while for me to get my first gold vein, and I didn't even find full diamond. And I would consider myself a pretty good caver. So if you guys are wondering about, like, you know, how the rates are and if you think you should try it out or if you think it's going to be too OP, I would recommend trying it. I mean, if you can get into the games, because right now they are full with donators, obviously, especially that game. Like, there was only 200 people, and I think like half of the people in the game were donators, so it is difficult to get into games. I really hope they host a lot, because the one thing I don't like about MineHQ is it's very hard. They don't have many slots for stuff, which isn't necessarily their fault. You know, their server might not be able to handle 1,000 players in Arena, because I remember when Arena released, some people, I was streaming and had some people in my chat saying they've been waiting 2 hours to get into Arena, and I really hope that isn't the case with UHC. You know, I hope that they make it pretty easy to get into a game and be able to play, because that's the one thing I really enjoyed about UHC. Anyone could just hop on and play. It wasn't necessarily about joining the game really early, but it all depends on how many games they host. You know, obviously it's going to be only cut clean. I can't see that ever changing, but I do really hope a lot of people come back for it. You know, I know a lot of people don't care about UHC anymore, but it genuinely is a fun game mode, and I really want to see it revive. Like, I have no idea if that's going to happen. I hope it does, because I want to see UHC flourish. You know, I want to see it do better than ever. But, you know, on other servers it has been, you know, dying down. You know, Hypixel have like nowhere the amount of players they used to have for UHC, and that's purely because a lot of Hypixel UHC YouTubers like my Dozer just aren't doing UHC. You know, even my friend Palika doesn't upload that much UHC anymore. I think that's because there's nobody playing the games. Like, it's really hard to play UHC on Hypixel because the games don't feel anymore, which really sucks. Honestly, it makes me quite sad, because obviously I played a lot of UHC. I think I've probably got like 40 or 50 Hypixel UHC highlights on my channel, or maybe not that many, but I do have it a lot. But yeah, anyway, I'm pretty sure this is where I'm going to end off the video. As you guys can see, we did end up dying to a guy called Valor, who is a very good player, so, you know, shout out to him. I don't know how well he done. The person that won this UHC, I believe, was Hasvik. Now, I'm not sure if he necessarily won, but he posted a screenshot on Twitter with him and another person blocking swords, and I'm not sure if him or the other person won, but he made it to the final 2, so I think he won, though. I'm not too sure, but if he did, I'm sure he'll upload the highlights anyway. So yeah, that was the first Ultra, you know, MineHQ UHC that they've brought back, so I'm very happy that they've actually done it, because I wasn't expecting it, if I'm honest. I wasn't really expecting it, and hopefully they keep it up. Like, I really want to see daily games from them. You know, I'm sure a bunch of people would be down to host. You know, they never really had a problem hosting, so yeah, I hope they host a bunch of games, and even maybe I might be able to host my own games, like community games, because when I used to stream back on Ultra originally, I used to do some of those. Anyway, I'm going to end the video off there because I've been talking for like 10 minutes almost. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want more UHC, please leave a like on this video, comment down below your favorite part of this video, and if you guys want me to play more UHC, you know, if you want me to team with somebody in a team game, who do you want me to team with? And I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Goodbye.